Okay, today what we're going to look at is factoring a linear binomial. And so we're going to start with 36x plus 24. And what we've been looking at is the fact that we do in fact have two terms. We have a 36x and we have 24. And it is separated by our sign of operation addition. So knowing that terms are separated by addition and subtraction signs, we see our addition sign, we see that we have two terms, 36x and 24. Now, when we take a look at this particular problem, move this, we would look at our two terms and we're trying to see if there is a common factor between the two terms. And it's best to find the greatest common factor. And we should probably realize that our greatest common factor for 36 and 24, our greatest common factor is going to be 12. It's going to be 12. Now, students can use the calculator to find this, which is just fine. I have no problem with them doing that. Okay, we can do that. So the greatest common factor we have is 12. So we're going to take a look at the expression that we have, and we're going to ask ourselves, what do we do if we have a 12, and the common factor is 12, factor implies multiplication, so we're going to say 12 times something, keep our sign of operation, which is addition, and then again a 12 times something. And when we take a look at this, we're going to ask ourselves, 12 times what will give us 36x? And it would be 12 times 3x. And then what would we multiply 12 by to get 24? It would be 12 times 2. And we should be able to look at this and to say that we see that we do have 12 times 3x would in fact have a product of 36x. Sign of operation is addition, and then 12 times 2 would give us our 24. Now, as we take a look, we would recognize what is the common factor. And when we do this, it's almost like reversing the distributive property. And we would look, and because we found that the 12 is the common factor, it is the common factor with the 12 times 3x, it is the common factor with the 12 times 2. So in essence, we could take out the 12, we know we're multiplying, and we would take out this 12, and obviously we are multiplying, and at this point we could either have a multiplication sign or simply a parenthesis, and we would say what is left? Well, we've got a 3x left, and then our sign of operation, which is addition, and a 2. So we would go from 36x plus 24 to 12 times the quantity, 3x plus 2. This would be considered factored form. This would be considered factored form. And if we wanted to check our work, what we could do, we could take a look at what we have, which is 12 times the quantity, 3x plus 2, and then apply the distributive property. We look and we say that we do have two terms. We have our 3x and we have our 2. Distributive property tells us whatever we are multiplying outside the parenthesis would need to be applied to each term. So we would have 12 times 3x, keep our sign of operation, and then we would have to apply the 12 times 2, which is our second term, and this would be considered expanded form. This would be expanded form. And if we chose to use order of operations, we could say that we know we have no parentheses, we have no exponents, we do have multiplication or division. Here, multiplication, left or right, whatever comes first. 12 times 3x would give us our 36x. keep our sign of operation. 12 times 2 would be 24, and that would take us right back to our original given problem. So this is how you would go from your original problem to factored form, and if you chose to use distributive property to check your work, you could do so. That's it.